I never imagined I'd end up calling the cops on my own property, but there I was, standing in my driveway, while a woman in a pastel cardigan screamed at me like I was the intruder. "He's trespassing. I want him removed immediately," she shrieked, jabbing her finger in my chest like I was some criminal squatter instead of homeowner. You know how surreal it is to be accused of breaking into your own house? Yeah, that happened. The cops rolled up slow. 2 patrol cars, lights off, just caution in their step. One of them, a tall guy with tired eyes and a calm voice, asked me for ID. I handed him my license and calmly said, "I just moved in last month. This is my house. I have no idea who she is." I tried to sound relaxed, but inside I was trying to hold it together. I'd only been there 5 weeks, and suddenly I'm center stage in a showdown I didn't sign up for. She wasted no time doubling down. "That's absolutely ridiculous," she barked. "I'm the owner's wife. My husband and I have lived here for years." "He is lying." Her face was blotchy with rage, arms crossed like she was daring someone to challenge her. The second cop radioed in my info while his partner tried to play peacemaker. And then, crackle, the radio came alive, and suddenly the officer's tone shifted. "Ma'am, according to county records, this property was purchased by this gentleman 5 weeks ago. He is the legal owner." That's when the blood just vanished from her face. I swear, she looked like someone had unplugged her from the wall. Her mouth opened, closed, then opened again, but nothing came out. This house had taken me 10 damn years to save for. I've been renting forever, living tight, skipping vacations, eating soup more times than I care to admit, and now I finally have my own place. Just a modest 3-bedroom in a nice neighborhood. Clean lawns, quiet streets, and yeah, an HOA. I wasn't thrilled, but I figured it was the price of order. I didn't know it came with a Karen. She introduced herself on my second day. "Mrs. Wilkins," she said, handed me a binder thicker than a phone book. "President of the Sunny Pines HOA." Her smile didn't reach her eyes, and her welcome speech felt more like a warning. "No trash cans in view. Lawn mowed weekly. No street parking after 10 p.m. All standard HOA stuff, I guess." I nodded, said thank you, and promised to look it over. But she didn't stop there. 3 days later, I was unloading furniture. *4:30 on a Friday asterisk. Mind you, and she pops up like a ghost. "Deliveries are only permitted between 9 and 5 on weekdays," she sniffed. When I pointed out that it was still within hours, she huffed something about new people not understanding how things work around here. It only escalated from there. A sticky note on my door because my grass was a 1/4 inch too long. A complaint about my garden hose being the wrong color. She even knocked on my door at 8 a.m. one morning to scold me for leaving my porch light on overnight, apparently a violation of Section 12, Paragraph 4. I kept my cool. I adjusted where I could, stood my ground where I couldn't. But then she started acting like I didn't belong there at all. "I knew the Hendersons well," she said one day, eyes squinting. "They never mentioned selling to someone like you." That someone like you hit different. I told her the sale went through the proper channels. "I own the place, no lease, no sublet." "That's impossible," she snapped. "I think you're lying." After that, it turned weird. I catch her watching me from the sidewalk, taking pictures while I was watering the lawn, snooping in my trash bins like she was hunting for classified documents. I confronted her once. She said she was doing an HOA inspection, alone, with a smartphone camera and zero authority. Then came the letter, an official-looking notice from the HOA board claiming I was in unauthorized occupancy. I called the board immediately. Turns out, they didn't send it. One member told me. Shocked. "We had no idea Karen did that. They promised to handle it." I figure maybe, just maybe, that would be the end. Wrong. I went on a business trip for 3 days. Locked up. Asked a neighbor to grab my mail. Left everything in order. I came back Sunday night, suitcase in hand, jet lag and cranky, only to find my key didn't work. After a few tries, I realized the locks had been changed. And taped to the front door, a notice that read, "Property under HOA custody. Owner's spouse has reclaimed residence." I nearly blacked out from rage. Thankfully, I'd stashed a spare key out back. Got in through the rear door. Nothing was stolen, just violated. I couldn't even sleep. The next morning, while brewing coffee, I heard someone fiddling with my front door. I looked through the peephole, and there she was, Karen, holding a damn key. I flung the door open. She jumped like I was the ghost now. What exactly do you think you're doing? I snapped. This is my house. You changed the locks. You're breaking and entering. Her face twisted like I'd just insulted her ancestors. Asterisk, you're asterisk the intruder, she said. Mrs. Henderson asked me to watch the house. You're trespassing, and I'm calling the police. And she did. She actually called 911 on me again. 911. What's your emergency? I could hear the dispatcher clear as day. There's an intruder in my friend's house, she whimpered. He's threatening me. Please send someone quickly. And she looked at me, smug as ever, like she just pulled off the perfect checkmate. You're making a huge mistake, I told her. I've got the deed, the closing papers, everything. She smirked. We'll see what the police think. They arrived fast. Karen immediately launched in her little performance, tears and all, telling them I broke in and was squatting. I'm the owner's wife. She repeated with full confidence. The officers turned to me, asked for ID. I gave them everything, license, deed, closing docs, organized and legit. The officers skimmed the paperwork and said, these all check out. Karen's voice started to wobble. Those must be fake. I just spoke to Mrs. Henderson. The officer didn't flinch. Ma'am, we're verifying county records now. While we waited, she kept babbling about how close she was with the Hendersons, how they'd never sell without telling her. Meanwhile, the cops kept eyeing me like they already knew what was coming. And then it dropped. The officer came back. County confirms he's the legal owner. The Hendersons sold this property 5 weeks ago. He turned to Karen. May I see your ID, please? Her confidence cracked wide open. That won't be necessary. I'm just looking out for the neighborhood. Ma'am, the officer said, deadpan, you claim to be the owner's wife on a 911 call. That's a serious allegation. I need your ID. She finally handed it over. Mrs. Wilkins, you live 3 blocks away. You're not related to the Hendersons, are you? No, she muttered. But we're very close. They would have told me they didn't, he cut her off. Now, how'd you get this key? And why'd you change the locks? Her face collapsed. They gave me a spare, years ago, for emergencies. I was just protecting the neighborhood. Her voice hit this shrill, frantic pitch. Mrs. Wilkins, the officer said calmly, please turn around and place your hands behind your back. What? You can't be serious. I'm placing you under arrest for criminal trespass, unlawful entry, and filing a false police report. She went ballistic as they cuffed her. Neighbors started peeking out, watching this long-reigning HOA tyrant get walked to the squad car in handcuffs. Some folks even looked relieved. One officer told me I should consider a restraining order, and I did. Turns out Karen had been pulling stunts like this for years, harassing, bullying, manipulating. No one had stood up to her until now. The investigation revealed she used that old spare key. Asterisk and asterisk hired a locksmith under false pretenses to change my locks. She ended up facing charges that could cost her $10,000 in fines and up to 2 years behind bars. In court, she looked like she'd been hit by a freight train. Like she finally realized her ego couldn't save her this time. I got my house back, and a bizarre story I'll probably be telling for the rest of my life. And as for Karen, let's just say the neighborhood's been a lot quieter since that day. So tell me, what would you have done in my shoes? Was justice served? Or is there more to this whole HOA mess than meets the eye? Let's talk.